What's good, party people? This is Voodoo in the Woods. I'm Accord in the Woods, and this is two-time U of MMA champion Piacini Lobo, the gentleman scholar, but better known to you as Voodoo Maximus.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How you doing, Mr. Woods? Ate a day
Man,
Woods. I know you've been working all day long,
working my
and
way back
still
to
at
you,
it,
babe. That's what
and
I'm
still
saying.
at it. 11 o'clock, still going. Ate a day
Yeah, man.
Woods,
That's it,
standing
man.
the test of time. Straight up,
I
let's
got
get it.
hairs. I got salt and pepper hairs on my fucking chin. My goodness, you know.
That's right.
But this is life. This is the fact that I get to talk about just the shit I like to talk about with the people I want to talk about it with. Again, th- heaven is on a place on earth. That 80s song. This is heaven
Yeah,
for this guy.
that's
This
right.
is it.
That's
So,
right.
but speaking of people that are going to get into fisticuff heaven, right? We have UFC Fight Night, Makachev versus Moises, um,
Yeah.
and it's a co-main event by the retirement of one Belizean bruiser, Marion Renault, as well as former Strikeforce and UFC bantamweight champion Misha Cupcake Take.
Yes.
So I mean,
Yes.
shit, man. You were supposed to have a shit ton of other fights, right? We were supposed to have Max Holloway, Yair Rodriguez,
Mhm.
Daniel Rodriguez against one of the Nurmagomedovs, right? Phil
Mhm.
Hawes versus Darren Wynn, Billy Quarantillo versus Herbert Burns, brother of Gilbert Burns, right? Uh, Guram Kultaladaisi against Don Madge. Wow, Don Madge. I haven't heard that fucking name in a while. And
Yeah.
Odie Osborne versus Elmir Arbazi. So Holloway was injured. Nurmagomedov was injured. Darren Wynn is injured. Herbert Burns is injured. Kultaladesi is injured, and Al Bazi
Mhm.
withdrew. So
It,
we have an
it's good.
11. Oh, good.
It's good. It's good to see no COVID reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
All injuries. I would rather have that than some COVID nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, pick your poison, right? It's either COVID or then you can fuck up your rid like Darren Wynn, you know, and you're fucked, you know. So let's pick your poison, you know. But I mean, one of the things that could be poisonous is the winning streak of winning records of two
Hmm.
guys that are headlining the. I mean, not headlining. I'm talking crazy. They're not headlining, but they're opening
Yeah.
the fucking card. Right? We have Rodrigo
Hmm.
Nascimento, right? And
Hmm.
Nascimento against and that gentleman is 8-1. Ze Colmia, right? Hopefully
Hmm.
I said that right. And he is going up against one Alan Bordeaux, and
Hmm.
Bordeaux is 8-1. 8-2. I'm sorry, 8-2. Going into this now, Nascimento unfortunately befell a loss, first round loss to Chris Dawkins, right? But before that, he had a rear naked choke victory over Dantele Myers, and then an arm triangle choke against Michelle Martinek on Dana White's
Hmm.
Contender Series back in 2019, right? But
Hmm.
that's Rodrigo is record and kind of prowess. Now looking over at the Black Samurai, which I believe they call Black Samurai in French because Alain Bordeaux is French. He's 8-2 from the MMA Factory. Lost a first round ground and pound to Tom Aspinall at the end of 2020, right? But prior to that, he was on the regional scene, right? Even competing over in Africa, right? over in Africa. Actually, it wasn't really the regional scene because MMA just got legalized in France, so he had to just go get it where he can fit it. So
Mhm.
that's him. So both gentlemen coming off of like a KO and TKO losses. These guys are both heavyweights. What say
Mhm.
you, Voodoo Maximus?
This one is uh they feel like prospects to me. You know, that's the I look at the record. Not much difference here. Experience level is similar. Um, I'll flip a coin here, man. It doesn't matter who for me on this particular one.
I'll do. Let's go with. I'm gonna go with Frenchman, so I'm assuming you're going with
Okay,
Rodrigo.
I'll take the Brazilian. No problem.
Porra! Porra!
That was a good one.
Like I half expected him to do the what was that motherfucker that Howard Dean? We go to Texas. We go to whatever. Blah! Good God. So I mean, there you go. So yeah, the heavyweight fight. You can toss a coin either way. Somebody's gonna win unless it's a double knockout.
That's right.
That could also happen too, you know, or somebody
Yep,
can get
yep.
the sticky icky, and 2 years later, it'd be declared a no contest. So does wins and losses even matter at this point? I don't know.
Nah. Well, for
Oh fuck.
these guys, it will behoove them to put on a fantastic show if they want to stick around.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're gonna be around to pick up the pieces when the other breaks their heart. Is what I'm saying. So yeah, man, it's a heavyweight fight. You know, not too many steaks.
Yeah.
Although they look like they've eaten plenty of steaks, but not to be confused with the horse meat that Canelo Alvarez has. So I'm just saying, just saying. But speaking of
Uh,
horse meat, oh, that was a weird transition. But we have the brother of the former champion, Davidson Federato, but Francisco Federato is
mhm.
fighting in the flyweight division, and he's going up against Malcolm Gordon. Malcolm X Gordon is a long-term vet of the UFC. Well, actually, no, not of the UFC, just in MMA in general, but making his UFC debut back in 2020, July 2020, lost to Amir Albazi, and then the Genghis Khan looking fella. That's who he fell to. So in
Mm.
that 12-5
Yes, yes,
record,
yes.
he's 0-2 in the UFC. But
Muzerji. Muzerji Su.
yep, absolutely. I like that you said it, not me. But the the other Figgy, right, Francisco, the Figgy, um, basically has wins in Jungle Fight, and then he won his promotional debut back in January of this year, where he beat one Jerome Rivera. Oh, that
Yeah,
same
yeah.
Jerome
That's the
Rivera
dude.
that
That's the same
lost.
dude.
Yeah, that lost in the opening contest for UFC 264, right? So,
Yep.
Sniper versus Malcolm X.
Ah, Malcolm X. I just had a respect for the older fella. You know what I mean? He's been there for a while, like you said. Even though his record doesn't really reflect that, he's been around for quite some time. I've seen him fight some of the very best in the business, and I'm going to give him the experience advantage, right? Split decision.
Okay.
I'll give it to him. Yeah. This is a coin flip for me. This particular matchup.
Same.
Figueiredo's brother needs to come over here and prove himself first before he can receive the same accolades as his brother. In my mind, you know what I'm saying? So if he performs in this particular match, then I'll consider him for another time. So I'll pick Malcolm X, and you can pick Figueredo.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm gonna do. And it's kind of weird that Federato, like, isn't he in the same weight division as his brother?
I believe so. Yeah.
Flyweight, right?
125. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, isn't that a conflict of interest, right? Like, you can only get, like, even Valentina and her sister Antonina, they're
Hmm.
not in the same division, right? You know,
We,
famously, DC, dropped down to light heavy,
yeah.
right? And became an all time great, in that division. But why? Because his teammate, not blood related, but Cain Velasquez was there, so he's like, I'm gonna rule the roost. And then once you know, once Kane basically floated over to the WWE, he's like, oh yeah, maybe even before that, right? DC's like, I'm gonna reclaim my crown, which he did.
Yeah. Hey, um, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing two brothers fight. Just two Figueredos. You never know. They might say, yeah, that'll be the first. That will
Yeah,
sell. That will sell. That will
that you
sell.
almost have to do in Brazil, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That can
Like a
headline. You can
like a
headline with
like a
something like
soccer
that.
stadium. That's something
Yeah,
that I would,
yeah,
and that I think that's pretty humble pie.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
that Dana would ever admit to it, but he tried to kill the fucking flyweight division, right? And
yeah.
then you got two brothers in there. Yeah, one is a former champ, and one is trying to become a champ, and they sell out a soccer stadium in their native Brazil. That's
That's
a
right.
fucking story.
What a storyline.
Shit,
That's
they're
gonna be
doing a
awesome.
fucking. I mean, it's here nor there, but they're doing a fucking documentary on T.J. Dillashaw. So
I like TJ. I've always
I
liked
don't
TJ.
nah. He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah,
That whole training lab, fucking contingent. They're pretty awesome people.
yeah. And he trains with Bang. Bang is number one in
That
my
too.
book. I
Yeah.
like that dude.
Never forget.
He knows that.
So that was a coin flip. Now in the bantamweight division, we have Anderson Dos Santos, which when you do one of those MMA name generators, right? You're like Anderson Silva, Junior Dos Santos, Anderson Dos Santos. That's what the fuck his name is, right? But a long term tenured veteran of the sport, literally
Ah,
29 fights. That's 21 wins, 8 losses. That's a hell of a lot of experience to only be 35, man. But yeah, it seems like he's a Team Oyama guy. So
mm-hmm.
no wonder, no wonder. Um, he basically beat Martin Day via guillotine choke at the end of 2020, but lost to Nad Namirani as well as Andre Yule, right?
Right,
By
right,
both by unanimous decisions, right? So
right.
on the other side of the docket, we have one Miles Johns, also name generator. Just like stick two first names together, that's what we got. Um, but
Chapo.
Chapo, right?
Okay.
But Miles Johns, training at a Fortis MMA, beat Kevin Natividad,
Oh
but lost. Yeah,
yeah,
that uppercut. You
remember?
remember that fucking uppercut?
Yes,
Hashtag
yes.
never forget. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
You know.
He beat
But
Giannis. He
yes,
beat Adrian Giannis too.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah, in LFA.
that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
That's saying
So
a lot.
can we? I think this is the agreement, right? I think
Yeah.
Miles Johns is it. 11-1.
Yeah. I'm going Miles John, man. Hey,
Yeah,
second round knockout. I would even go on the limit and say second round knockout.
second round
Straight
knockout.
up.
I'm with
Straight
it.
up. Straight up. Miles John. I remember this cat. He can box.
Yeah.
This dude can box. You'll see. You'll see.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
You'll see.
100%.
Hey. He's so good. candidate for performance of the night right here. This kid,
Yeah, I'm with it.
Miles
I'm
John.
with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. So yeah, man, Miles Johns. That's a consensus pick, first one of the night.
Yep,
But to be fair, it's not that there's dissension in the ranks. Nope. I mean, literally, the first two fights are fucking coin flips.
yep. Straight up.
Now we have uh, Khalid Taha, 13-3 out of Germany, right, against Sergey Morozov, right. Now
Hmm.
Khalid Taha, the Warrior, is coming off of a loss of Raoni Braceros, right? And that was a
Yeah.
unanimous decision loss. Then there was the Bruno Silva no contest. Remember that? On the undercard of Whitaker Adesanya. Uh, yeah, I believe that was the. Wasn't that the. Yeah, the stadium. The Marvel Stadium. It's now the Marvel Stadium. That was under the undercard of that, right?
Right,
So
right, 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 right.
So on the other side of Khalid, you've got Sergey Morozov, who's 16-4. He's coming off of a loss from
Umar.
his promotional debut against Umar Nurmagomedov, right?
Hmm.
So he lost via. He actually got finished rear naked choke the very second round. So I kind of feel like sorry for jumping the gun, but I almost feel like this is Khalid's, kind of statement making chance because
Hmm. Hmm.
um, the same way that Sergey lost to Umar, Nurmagomedov, right?
Yes.
Well, that is the strength of one Khalid Taha. I think it makes it interesting. So, I mean, I'm going with Taha.
Taha. Um, I'm with you on this one too, man. I'm with you on this one too
Yeah,
because
and it's okay.
I'm looking through this and Sergey he has issues with Umar Nurmagomedov. Remember Mavsar Evliov? Remember that one dude, that slippery dude? His grappling is pretty sick. So he has a problem with tough grapplers, and I agree that Khalid Taha will be somewhat of a tough grappler, even though he's got knockout power in his hands. He is a very good grappler. You'll see lots of cage work between these two, and I also give it to the German.
Yeah, yeah. So consensus pick, a second one in a row. We got Khalid Taha. Do you want to give a finish on it?
I can see I possibly see a split decision here.
Okay, I like
Hmm.
it. I like it.
It's gonna be a
So
tough fight.
hell yeah, it is. Both of them are going to be bloody after this. If it wasn't just a flash knockout or a flash, submission.
Yeah.
So speaking of, ooh, I'm not saying submissions in this one, but we have 9-1-1 Amanda Lemos against Montserrat Ruiz, right? Now,
Yes. Yes.
Amanda, basically her moniker is what is it? It's Amanda Nina, right? Just little Amanda, right?
Right.
But
Right. Right.
coming
Right.
coming off of three straight wins, right? Over she lost her promotional debut to Leslie Smith, who is now in the
Mhm.
UFC. I mean, over in Bellator,
Mhm.
but wins over Miranda Danger Granger, Mizuki Inoue, and Lavinia Sousa, also a former Invicta champion. That's a
Mhm.
pretty good run to be on for the 115-pound division that
Mhm.
that Amanda Lemos is in there. But
Mhm.
a 10-1 Montserrat Conejo
Mhm.
Ruiz. Um, she's coming off of a two straight wins, and
Mhm.
the first one or the latest one over Cheyenne Bays, right?
Remember that?
Uh,
Remember that fight?
yeah, where
That headlock. The headlock
Bays and
to
her
the
fucking
takedown.
husband, Bays and her husband both took L's that night. It was so fucked up. So fucked up, you know. But with that all being said, right? On the other side
Oh,
is Conejo, right?
yep, yep.
Um, she, I don't, I don't. What say you? That's what I'm gonna go with.
I don't know. I don't know. See, the records is pretty similar, right? We've seen Conejo fight. Uh, I don't know, man.
But we've also
I
seen
can't even
her
call
fight
it.
not so well.
Yeah, yeah. But then you know what? I'm going with the Brazilian. I'm going with the
Same,
Brazilian. I'm going
same,
with the Brazilian. Yeah.
same. Because
We
that
have
last
seen
fight,
her fight. We
yeah,
have
that
seen her
last
fight.
fight, even though that was a win, unanimous decision, it also was Cheyenne Bays. You know,
Yeah. I don't
again,
know,
both
man.
Cheyenne and her husband fucking took L's at light, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, folks. So fun, so fun. All right, so yeah, Amanda Lemos, another. I think this is the most consensus of fights that we've had in our entire run of the show.
Yeah, because things are shaping out in such a way that we have to choose like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that hit is gonna keep on going because we have uh, Preston Parsons 9-2,
Right.
um, coming from the regional scene, Combat
Okay.
Night Pro, right? So
Right.
he's
Right.
got in that promotion he's got 4 wins, right? 4 wins. And I mean he goes on streaks, right?
Mhm.
He before the that 4 straight wins, he lost one, but
Mhm.
then he had 3 wins before it. Like reading her I wanted to say her reading Preston's record. It's almost like a fucking graph, like genes, like genetics,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like green, 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 red, green, 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 red, green, 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 red. Uh, Almost like the fucking Guitar Hero little fucking
Right.
notes
Right.
or
Right.
whatever
Right.
that you'd have to hit, right?
Right.
So yeah, what say you?
Um, this guy's beaten Mike Perry in the past. Is that Platinum Mike? Is that the same one?
Yeah, it's the fucking same Mike.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that means he's got something. He knows how to win, right? We see rear naked chokes here, submissions, guillotine, lots of submission, armbar, rear naked choke, right? But um, primarily he is a grappler.
Right?
However, he's in there with
D Rod!
D Rod. D Rod lately, there's it's not the same D Rod that I remember from the amateurs, man. This guy's different. This guy's he's made contact. I just don't have a better word to describe it. It seems he's made contact, and now he knows exactly what his destiny is and what he needs to do. And the way he comes in there and he performs displays my sentiment. You know what I
Exactly
mean?
that.
He doesn't play fool around. He gets straight to business. He's got cardio for days, and he's in there to take your head off because he needs to get paid and he needs to feed his family. That's how he
Yep.
goes in there. It's absolute business, and may the best man win. I, there's no way we're picking against D-Rod. So, Double P, sorry about that. Uh,
In the words
D-Rod,
of
D-Rod all day.
in the words of James Storn of America's Most Wanted, of TNA fame, a former Impact Wrestling World Champion,
Yeah.
his moniker is "Sorry about your damn luck." And Double P Parsons, that's exactly what the The rotund lady said. That's it. So D Rod all the way. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see D Rod back in the octagon.
yeah, all day, all day. And then, hey man, coming up next, bro. This is my candidate for fight of the night, right here.
Ooh.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, remember Billy Quarantino? Remember
Yeah.
Quarantino during
Yeah.
uh
COVID.
COVID? Billy
He fought
Quarantino
it.
must have fought like four
He,
times.
he beat Spike Carlisle, yo.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's when
look
we
how
first
good.
took notice.
Look how good Spike Carlisle did at fucking Ballet's fight night. You know, his
Yep,
first fight out of the UFC. We were
yep.
able to see him in CXF, right? The precursor
Mhm,
to Lights Out Extreme Fighting. Shout out to Lights
mhm.
Out Extreme Fighting, who will be having their first show post COVID August 7th at the Commerce Casino. But
I'll be
yes,
there.
yeah, damn right he'll be there. I more likely than not will be there as well. So shout out to them. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah, three straight wings. Jacob Kilburn, Spike Carlisle, Kyle Nelson, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Whew. And then Corentillo again. I gotta once that over. Yep, wins over Kilburn. Wait, I read the same column twice. Oh fuck it. But I say Corns. I don't know. Fuck. Who say? What say you?
I'm going Billy Quarantino here, man.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Just the skill set that he's bringing to the table. I've seen both of them fight, and Quarantino is the one. His grappling is fantastic. His wrestling is fantastic. His striking is fantastic. He can kick. He can punch. He's covered. He will throw elbows if he has to and knees if he has to. He's completely covered. He's got the basics down, and he's got a very good push in regards to cardio. Gabriel Benitez also is a very good one, very good fighter. But um, when you take the fight to him and you're able to land some solid shots, um, the body folds. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that a lot. So um, who was to say he goes in there and he gets the knockout? There's no saying. But based on what I've seen, my money is safe with Billy Quarantino. I'm going with Billy to win this one in the third round. Even submission or stoppage with punches.
I like
There will
it.
be a stoppage,
I
but in the
see.
third. Yeah,
I don't know. I am still like it's a coin flip. I'm gonna go with Gabriel Benitez
no problem.
just cause I think he might be able to pull out an upset. Now I could be eating my words, after
Hey,
this.
he could be pulling an upset. That's the thing about this. See, um, we don't know what's gonna happen,
I have no
but
idea.
we assess the situation and then we make an educated guess based on their records and what they're bringing to the table, skill set wise. There's nothing more than that.
No,
See,
no.
we do the job others aren't willing to do. We actually pick a person. Others will say, "Oh, we will see how the fight turns out." Go ahead and pick a person. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Tell us who
Don't be
you think
scared.
will win. You know what I'm saying? Tell us who
Don't
you
be scared,
think.
homie.
Don't be scared, homie.
Oh yes. Now, what do we got? We have Rodolfo Vieira, 7-1 against Dustin Stoltzfus. Now, Rodolfo uh, Vieira, or better known as the Black Belt Hunter, right? He is coming to us. Ooh, not a good record. But beat Oscar Pichota. Remember them?
hmm
Uh, the Vitaly Nemchminov,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes,
So
yes.
those are big wins, but kind of hasn't won in a while. Aside from the March 2020 defeat via arm triangle of
hmm
Spatberg Sararov. Um, he's kind of taken jujitsu shit and whatever, but didn't come all the better.
hmm
I don't know. I'm still going with Rodolfo.
Okay, that's a cool. It's a 50-50 for me too. I will go Dustin on this one. So
Yeah,
yeah, we can keep it pushing, no problem.
I'm just saying. I'm just
I
saying.
feel you. I totally feel you, man. No problem.
So, it, we have in the 155-pound division Mateus Gamrot against the little heathen Jeremy Stevens. Mateus Gamrot 20. I mean, I'm sorry, 18-1 against
Mhm.
Jeremy Stevens 28-18. Good
Mhm.
God.
Mhm.
Especially in the instance of Stevens, there haven't been as many people that that command like his presence.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
does it. He fucking does it.
Mhm. Mhm. Very true. Very true. Jeremy Stevens is a veteran of the sport. I mean, he's done it all, with the
Except
exception
for
of
winning a title.
winning a title. He's been here since I don't know how long he's been
He came
here.
over
I
from
mean,
WEC.
yeah, he's been here from 2007.
Yeah.
He's been in so many weight classes. He's been in 145. He's been in 155. He's just he's evolved. We've watched him become a man. We've
Hmm.
watched him become a man in the UFC. He grew up in the UFC. His life hasn't been the easiest, but yet he persists. Giving up is not in his blood. And when he gets in the cage, he shows that. He shows it by destroying people. He's beaten the likes of Rafael dos Anjos. You know what I mean? Uh, Rafael dos Anjos is a former champion. I mean, he's been in there with the very best, very, very best in the game. Yves Edwards. He's been in there against Yves Edwards.
Yep.
Thug
Shout
Jitsu
out to
himself.
Eves.
Thug Jitsu himself. You know what I'm saying? Cub Swanson, Charles Oliveira. The list goes on. So, bottom line, we have young dog versus old dog. This is what we have: young dog versus old dog. This old dog has lost four in a row, and he's
Hmm.
still in the UFC. That tells you when he goes in there, he goes in a fight. So even if he loses, the company keeps him on
Hmm.
the Rolodex because he gives everything he's got, and that's what they're looking for. So between the new guy, the young man who has just one loss, and the old dog, what is the young man bringing to the table? This will determine if he wins or loses. What is he bringing to the table? What style is he bringing? Is he bringing dynamic striking? If he brings dynamic striking, he might be able to work Jeremy Stevens and outpoint him. Will he go in there and try to knock out Jeremy Stevens? I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Jeremy Stevens is a dangerous man.
Hmm.
Even in his current state, he is a dangerous man. And
Hmm.
if you stay or stick around for too long, he will knock your head off. I believe Gamrot is the kind of guy to bring dynamic striking. He's coming from Europe.
Yeah.
Usually their kickboxing in Europe is always up to par. Roundhouse kicks, front kicks, those things are gonna be popping. That's gonna be necessary for him to beat Jeremy Stevens' old style of flat-footedness and absolutely destroy. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take a I'm going to go on a limb and pick the youngster, Gamrot, to outpoint Jeremy Steven and win by split decision.
Yeah. I also see that because it's not going to be looking good. Let's just say if he loses it and then gets another one. What is that saying about like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
it's just weird. It's just weird. Um God, I at some point it would have been cool to have Jeremy Stevens, as a champion with everything that
Mm,
he's put into it. But
yeah.
I don't think he's fighting for championships anymore. At least the
No.
mentality of it. He's just enjoying life.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I almost feel like he knows the enormity of him potentially getting cut. I mean, it
Hmm.
happened the first time to him, So I want to say that Little Heathen is going to take this away. Just a crafty veteran that knows the cage, the octagon, a little bit better than you. Maybe even your own
Hmm.
body better than you. By
Hmm.
reading up about you. I'm gonna go with Jeremy Stevens.
That's a safe. I mean, they're 22 and 23 anyway, so
Right?
I think we're gonna call it 50-50 on this, just based on how close they are to each other in the rankings. I'm okay with this, no problem.
I am too okay with this. Which,
Yeah.
um, also things that are okay. We have the co-main events of the evening. The Belizean Bruiser, Marion Renault, 9-7-1, going up against the former Strikeforce and UFC bantamweight champion Misha Cupcake Tate.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep.
I
Yep. Yep.
This one tugs at my heartstrings because I'm like, yeah, I want Misha to have a successful comeback, but also Marion Renault is going like, not at my expense. So it must be weird to be around.
Hey, this Renault, I am exactly 1 month older than her. Exactly 1 month
Really,
to the day.
really,
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
wow.
But that's got nothing to do with this one because she's on a 4-fight losing streak. She's lost to Chia Song. Remember that big giant girl
Yep,
that
Macy.
mopped her up?
Yep.
Yeah, Raquel Pennington, excellent boxer. Yana Kunitskaya, tough
You just
Russian.
got fucking mollywopped this weekend.
Molly 2 days ago. Kat
Mm-hmm.
Zingano, straight killer. You know what I mean? But she has been able to beat a Sarah McMahon. Uh, uh, she's been in there with some very, very good fighters. But she is 44, right? Misha Tate left the sport, became a mother of two.
Mm-hmm.
She's been gone for quite some time. She's been gone since 2016, right? And now it's 2021, and she's
Mm-hmm.
back. So that's a very long time in this game. Remember, we talk about how much this game evolves. I mean, so fast. So is she keeping up with the game? This is the question that needs to be answered. Yes, her opponent is 44. However, did Misha Tate keep up with the game, or is she coming with that old style that she had? If she comes in with that old style that she had, even Marion Renault can win
Mm-hmm.
by split decision, right?
Yeah.
So I think that Misha Tate, being a former champion, I think that she would have upgraded her toolbox a little bit. I really think so. I mean, she's 34 years old. It's women, so and she's taking a lengthy break. I feel she will be very healthy. She has had two children. That's gonna really be a point of worry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? I've seen many people have a child and then come back even stronger. Juliana Pena, you know what I mean, is
She's that.
another
Yeah.
example. But her first fight back, she lost. So, but she's been strong since, right?
Yeah.
So has Misha Tate had enough time to heal
So,
her body from childbirth? And has she been able to keep up with the evolving sport of mixed martial arts? If she has done the two, then she wins quite easily. If she hasn't,
yeah.
it's going to be a tough fight for her. Marion is a karate style fighter that will grapple you in a heartbeat. She has no problem grappling you. So I would like to see Misha Tate win.
Yeah.
Marion, 44. It starts to become difficult. The game
Well,
is
she's
tough.
retiring one way or another after this.
Well, there you go. There you go. So it's a good fight for her. Uh, it won't be really. It will be tough, but it won't be refined tough. I don't think that time gone is significant.
Yeah,
I mean, 5 years, 5 years. But I'll still go for Misha Tate. I'll still like to see her win.
yeah, no, 100%.
Just won't
But
be dominant.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Marin Renault. I just think it would be cool for her to, she didn't get a championship at all in her run, but
Hmm.
she fought a legitimate world championship. So
That's
she
true.
wants a bell maker to kind of immortalize that. There
Hmm.
goes your wrestling belt.
That's true. That's true. Most definitely. Most
Now
definitely.
we are at the main event of the evening. We have Islam Makhachev against Thiago Moises. Now
Hmm.
Makhachev 19-1 to Thiago Moises is, let's see what we got here. Wow. She beat Jessica I in a grappling belt at Submission Underground, but lost to Raquel Pennington, obviously the wife of one. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on her name? I see, I see it in it. Oh God, and that was only supposed to be a reference point, and I freaking would have got off. But anyway, um, I would like Renault to just get one in, big stage, and then call it quits. She's gonna do
Yeah.
that anyway.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. No problem. But Islam Makhachev, like you were saying right before that Renault thing, Islam Makhachev is here. Uh, Khabib has spoken greatly of this guy, and what Khabib says is not far from the truth. Islam Makhachev is better than Khabib in my book. He's better. That thing that Khabib does, Islam can do too. He might not be able to do it to the level of Khabib, but it's so high level. It's so high level that it complements his striking so well, so well. He is a more balanced mixed martial artist than Khabib ever will be. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because Khabib is retired. Um, Islam has dynamic kicks. Do not sleep on Islam's kicks. He's got excellent boxing. Do not sleep on Islam's boxing. He has excellent striking. And to complement that, he's got that Dagestani handcuffing, mauling type wrestling style as well. This is what we're looking for in a Khabib, right? Islam can beat you with his hands if he chooses. He can knock you out with his feet if you're slipping. He'll see it. He's good enough to see it. He
Yeah.
will choke you out if he has to. He will take the submission if he has to. He will grapple the hell out of you if he has to.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen Islam knock people out. I've seen Islam throw kicks that I find impressive. You know what I'm saying? I have a very high how do you say?
Threshold,
Well,
threshold capacity.
no. Um, you have to really, really impress me in regards to kicks for me to consider your kick as something that's decent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have snap. A lot of folks don't have snap. You know what I mean? The knee must point first, and then from the knee to the foot releases after the knee passes the target. People just throw their entire leg. You know what I mean? That makes no sense to me. But it is what it is. Do what you want. Winner is a snapper. He snaps his kicks. That's how you can get the best out of your legs when the kicks snap. You know what I mean? And when it snaps, it's easy to bring the leg back, right? It's easy to bring the leg back. So you're not you're less likely to fall into your opponent's range.
Traps. Yeah.
Where they yeah. So what you want to do is you want to stick the leg or the tool in the range while your body
Mm-hmm.
stays out of it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
snapping kicks are the ones that do that the best. So you can fight from distance. and control. But anyways, Islam can do this if he chooses. So Thiago, on the other hand, Thiago Moises, uh, the dude is he's great. He's done. He's been in it with Wagner Rocha. He's beaten Michael Johnson. He's
Mm-hmm.
good. He's good. He's been in there with Dariuch, who is now like a top five in the world. You know, he's done his thing. Francisco Trinaldo, he's beaten. He's okay. He's good. You know, he's been fighting since 2012. He's good. He's good, but good is not good enough when you're going against Islam Makhachev. Islam is the next thing coming. He just hasn't had his opportunity. What I like most about Islam is he tries to speak English. Not only does he try to speak English, he tries to be funny. You know what I mean? He tries to
Immersed.
connect. He tries to
Immersed.
connect, right? He tries to connect with the viewer. He's got the skill. He's trying to rock the mic the best that he can. The platform will build itself. You know what I mean? With the first two, the platform will build itself because all he has to do is keep winning, right? Keep tearing through the numbers, keep shrinking the numbers. Pretty soon, they will have to see him. The top 10
Mm-hmm.
don't want to see him. No one is accepting fights. He's challenging people, and they're not accepting. I don't blame them. I don't want to get mauled. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my best to hold my position to get an easier fight. I'm not fighting an Islam Makachev coming from the 15th. You know what I mean?
To your
You know what I
layoff.
mean? No, 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 no. We know what he's gonna do. If he can't beat you on this with his hands and feet, he's gonna maul you like a bear. Nobody wants to get mauled like a bear. They're not gonna take that fight. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So Islam has to put them in a situation where they have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Put their back to the wall and shut down all the exits that you cannot escape. You have to see me. You know what I mean? This is Islam's path, and it's
Wow.
gonna carve a wonderful legacy
It's
for him.
yeah.
It's gonna carve a wonderful legacy as he
It's
cuts through all these people. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's gonna do against the top five, but going to the top, getting to the top five, it's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful career path for him.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, I mean, we did talk about when Misha Tate, right? Now, I
Hmm.
always
Hmm.
wondered about the same Misha Tate brothers that kind of hook Owen up with clothes and whatever.
Hmm.
Like, I almost feel the same way. That's what I got. That's what I got. It's late. So, I mean, for now, Makachev, do you think that
Makachev.
that the other gentleman, Thiago Moises, again 15-4, do you think
Hmm.
he's coming in as a lamb to the slaughter to for Makachev
He would
because
try.
he's
He would
riding off a
try.
three fight streak win.
Yeah, he would
You know what
try.
I
He
mean?
will come. He would try. He will come and he would try his best. I mean, hey, he's lost three in a row, but he's number 15 in the world.
Mm-hmm.
This Thiago Moises, he's number 15,
Yeah.
right? The last time I saw Makachev, he was a lot lower on the rankings. Now he's number 6. They've just bumped him past like 5 or 6 people just like that. You know what I'm saying? They just shoot him forward to throw him in the mix. See, the UFC has backed all of them. The top 5. Who are in the top 5 of this division again? Who are in the
Uh,
top 5?
well,
Who
definitely
are in the top 5?
Federado, right?
Figueredo.
Wait,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
yeah,
whoa! He's a
wait, the
lightweight.
wrong, yeah, wrong
He's a
fucking
lightweight.
deal. Okay,
Yeah.
so they were, yeah, so lightweight, UFC
Who are in
lightweight,
the top 5?
C lightweight. Okay, so we've got Oliveira, right? Is the
Okay.
champ. Then you got Dustin
Okay.
Poirier,
Okay.
uh, Justin Gaethje, Benil
Okay.
Dariush.
Okay. 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 Um, Benil Dariush. He just fought what, some 2 months ago?
Not even that.
right?
I want to.
Maybe
It's
a
like two
month and a
weeks
half
ago.
ago,
Yeah.
right? Right. So, hmm, that's not a favorable matchup for Dariush. He's just gonna get out grappled. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? I would take that fight unless they make me. You know what I'm saying? Who did you say was number 4?
Okay, so
Justin
we
Gaethje. You said Justin
yeah,
Gaethje.
Gaethje. Yeah.
That's a good fight. That's marketable. That's marketable. Put him in there against Gaethje to really prove that he is who he says he is. Even though we've seen him prove he is who he said. Top 5 is always different. What's he gonna? How's he gonna handle those leg kicks? You know what I'm saying? Will he be able to take down Gaethje? Gaethje is a former wrestler himself. Will he? I think so, but it might not be as easy as it was for Khabib. It might be a little tougher. You know what I mean? But will he have the same success as Khabib against Justin Gaethje? After that loss, I'm sure Justin Gaethje understands what it feels like to be in there against a Dagestani bear. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He can game plan better now because he's felt it. It's
Hmm.
different when you feel it. When you watch it on a camera, it's something. And when you watch on TV, when you scout, it's one thing. But when you feel and you're in there against the opposition and you experience that, you are changed forever. You know what I'm saying? That experience changes you forever. And what you do with that experience now becomes a thing. Justin Gaethje, being the kind of person that he is, I believe would have gotten much better due to that experience with Khabib. So if he ever gets in there against Islam Makhachev, something, something, something,
Yeah.
something kind of a fight of the night type could happen.
Scenario. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for the record, Makachev versus Thiago. What say you?
Oh, Islam Makhachev, man, quite easy. He will stop him. He will stop him in maybe the third round, easy. Unless he chooses to practice with this guy and get some ring time in, practice his striking. You know what I'm saying? Practice positions for when he goes in there and he goes in like against a Justin Gaethje. I mean, or who's in third place right now? Who did you say was in third place?
Uh, so, Benil Dariush is third.
Dariush. I think he'll run right through Dariush. Just my humble opinion. No
Hmm.
disrespect, Dariush. But I think Islam will run right through you. I don't think he can handle his grappling. Even though you are quite accomplished yourself. I mean, you are number 3 in the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From King's MMA. Shout out to King's MMA. Shout out
Hmm.
to Benil Dariush. But in all honesty, I feel Islam will run right through you and do what he wants. He'll maul you. He'll maul you. You're not
Yeah.
ready for this. Not this kind of mauling. And
Not
at
this
number
time.
two, we have who's at number 2? My mind is drawing a blank right now, even though
Number
you
two
just said it.
is
Yeah.
Poirier.
Okay. That's a fight. That's a fight. Poirier is bigger than Makachev. That's gonna be tough for him. I don't know if he gets through Poirier. I don't know. Will he be able to wrestle him down? This is the question. If he can wrestle Poirier to the ground, he beats Poirier quite easily. He will submit him. I see that. But
Hmm.
can he take him down? I don't know if he can take him down, man. It's a tough task.
Yeah.
Tough task.
I
Tough
mean,
task.
but
I don't
that's a
know.
great selling point, right? For those
It
who
is.
don't already have ESPN Plus, to go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
get that because you're going to get this fabulous Fight Island card and a
Mm-hmm.
litany of other famous MMA, combat sports
Practitioners.
things. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So yeah, man, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be fucking. Some people's gonna get fucked up. I don't know who.
Hey, hey, hey!
Makachev looks good though.
I've seen Khabib, and he's quite impressive. But the next level of that style is Islam. And there's another one, the kid in Bellator. He's very good too. His striking is even better than Islam. I just don't know his name. When he comes over to the UFC where it matters, then
Pay
I'll
attention.
remember his name. I'll take the time to remember his name. I know he's good.
Yeah.
He is good. He's good enough to be in the UFC. But if you're not in the UFC, you know, it really does. It matters. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter. It matters,
Yeah,
but it isn't seen as supreme. That's all. That's
exactly.
all I'm saying.
No, 100%, 100%. So again, thank goodness that is UFC fight night. Makachev versus Santos, right?
Yep.
Wait, not Santos. It's the other gentleman,
Moises, Thiago Moises.
Moises.
Yeah,
I see that Yana Kutskaya and Thiago Santos is fresh in my brain. That's what's going on. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Now, obviously, we did normally we do the show on a Wednesday or
yep.
Thursday, but unfortunately, I'm literally driving from Cali to Georgia to for a family matter, you know. So thank you guys for joining us. But before we go, again, if you haven't already subscribed to and liked the Voodoo in the Woods podcast, I warmly encourage you to do so on Facebook and YouTube, right? And
That's
the
right.
star of this here podcast, if they wanted to find Voodoo Maximus on social media, where can they do that?
Well, if you're looking for the star, you just gotta look for according to Woods. You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta look for. But if you're looking for Food Maximus, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook page, and Twitter. Voodoo Maximus all day long. Let's go.
Dang right. And I'm a coordinator with, so I just do stuff that I like to do. I thank you. And I
Yeah.
encourage all of you, you know, of course, don't, if you got something going, don't fuck that up. But if you
Don't
have a
do it.
chance or a glimmer of doing whatever it is that sets your heart ablaze, do it. Just do it. I'm proof positive that you can do it and what have you. Voodoo is proof positive that you can do it. There's so many people that believe in you in ways I don't think you believe in yourself. So again, challenge that inner self and figure out what makes your heart sing. Once you do that, keep on going, keep on going,
That's right.
and we will keep on going later with more voodoo in the woods.